So now what we're going to do in the next one is talk about the table of contents. So do not do what I just did here. If you want to go to a new page, what you should always do is instead of pressing enter a lot of times, you go on to insert and then make it a page break. Okay, this clearly immediately creates a new page for you, and here you can start putting your table of contents. Okay, and again, there's no table of contents just yet. I can teach you how to do that in a little bit, but for now, leave this page like this and then create a page break so we can move on into the structure of your work. Now, this is the part where it gets interesting, and the most important thing you have to know about Word is this styles here on top. So normal, no spacing, heading. So the ones you're going to use the most is this heading 1 and heading 2, and if you have heading 3 and 4, and the normal, which is your text. So what I'm going to do first is write introduction, and which is going to be my first chapter, and I'm going to select heading 1 for the introduction. Okay. Now, every time you want to change this, instead of changing it here like I did for the title page is okay if you do it here. For the structure of your thesis, always change it here in the styles. So you go to the style of heading 1, you right click, you press modify, and then you can make it as you want. So as I said, if you choose Times New Roman for the thesis, keep it consistent and use it throughout. So in this case, I'm going to use the introduction as Times New Roman, make it bold, and here you go. Now, another important thing is here you go to a multi-level list and you press this one that has heading 1, heading 2, and heading 3. And this will be really, really useful for especially for big documents. So now you have your introduction, which is chapter 1. And if you want to start typing it, you can just start writing, this is my introduction. Okay. Now, one thing you can see straight away, at least in my document, is that they're kind of close to each other. This is not very nice. So you can go here to heading 1, press modify, and if you go here on paragraph, you can add a little bit of spacing after, maybe remove a little bit before, and this should solve this issue. And now for this is my introduction, this is the normal style, and if you want to go here and modify, what's very normal, first, again, Times New Roman always, make it justified. It makes it a lot easier to read and makes it nicer. And very important as well, go here to paragraph and make it 1.5 lines, and you don't need any spacing for now. We can fix it later on, but for now let's keep it 0, 0, and then 1.5 lines. Okay, so this looks pretty good. Now if you want to keep adding titles, this is very simple. You just go introduction, copy, and then you start pasting it, so you can add as many as you want. So usually for a thesis, we go for literature review as the next title. Then chapter 3, you can say methodology. Oops. And methodology. Chapter 4, the classic is results and discussion. And then finally, conclusions for chapter 5. Okay? And again, you can start typing whatever text you want, knowing that all of these share this normal style. So if you want to make any alteration to your document, you use this normal style, and that's why this is so useful. Before we close the video, another thing that is useful is doing subtitles. So if you have, let's say, chapter 1, and then you write your introduction, and then you want to start aims and objectives, but you want it to be on title aims and objectives, and you want it to be subtitle 1.1, what you do is you press here on 2 and then you press tab. Okay, and immediately this goes into heading 2. Now this doesn't look very consistent, so you need to go back to heading 2, press modify, and again make it black, make it Times New Roman, and 13 seems okay. Maybe put it bold to make it a little bit more different than the text. Okay, so this is basically it. So the advantage of this is now if you copy it to inside the literature review, it will take the 2.1. If you copy it inside the chapter 4, it will take 4.1. Very useful is that now this starts showing up also in your navigation pane. So once you have this full of text and you have, let's say, 40 pages or 50 pages, you can use this to navigate your document, and it's a lot faster than scrolling up and down. So very good advice so far. Definitely save this as, let's say, a thesis template or a report template, and let's continue from that file in the future videos. But make sure you keep this template so then you don't have to redo it all. And before we close this video, let's just create the table of contents, because it's very, very quick. Once you have this formatted properly, you just go here wherever you want to keep it, go here on references and add the table of contents, and automatic table 1 looks okay. And you can see already has all the chapters and subchapters in the right page. You can see here, this doesn't look exactly as we want. So let's call this table of contents. And now you can use the format painter here. So you put the cursor on top of the thing you want to copy the format from, you press format painter, and then you brush it on top of the thing you want to change the format. So this looks pretty good to me. You can delete it, and now you can save it and keep this template for yourselves. So thank you for watching and have a nice day.